Nick Schkrioba. I'm a sales consultant with PeopleEase. PeopleEase is a professional employer organization. We help companies reduce and contain costs. We help them save costs on workers' comp benefits, risk and compliance, and payroll. We do this to allow them to focus on their business and drive their mission and vision. I love working with businesses, especially in my market. You know, I'm primarily focusing on small and mid-sized businesses. So I love hearing their origin story of why they got into business, why they're doing what they're doing, and where they see themselves going. That's one of my biggest things, just talking to the business owners and business people. I love being able to educate the business owners or anybody that I'm talking to about my industry. It is a relatively unique industry, and we do a lot of things. So for me, it's that educational piece, and then seeing that aha moment of, oh, I could see how this could work, is something that's it's super important to me. If you think there's a situation that you've run into and you may not be familiar with it, we have been familiar with it. We span the entire country. We deal with a lot of clients. We run a lot of payroll. We deal with a lot of different issues that may come up, whether it be HR or work comp related. We give you the backing to be able to address those issues and address those questions to keep yourself out of trouble and keep your business out of trouble. So that is something that's very important, and I don't think it's focused on enough within our industry. Yeah, my backstory is not very juicy. It's not that juicy, I should say. I was out in Boston, and I was in the insurance industry, and I wanted to relocate, to the South. So I started working with a headhunter down in Florida. I was flying down there doing some interviews with some companies. This was roughly about 10 years ago. I landed on the first PEO I ever worked for. Fell in love with the industry. I fell in love with the impact that the industry has on the businesses they work with, and the positive growth I saw from those businesses. Took that PEO, I got a promotion into Philadelphia, was there for several years, made my way back home, which I am now. I was previously working for a PEO here. I moved over to PeopleEase here in April. One of the main reasons is that a couple of people that I worked with at my first PEO work here as well too. One actually was a mentee of mine. He's now the director of sales here, and the vice president of sales here was my director when I was in Philadelphia. So I knew how they treated their employees. I knew how they treated their clients. And most importantly, I knew the support that I would get in this role with this company. And it's been awesome. And I continue to get impressed by this company day in and day out of what we do. It has exceeded my expectations of what we do for our clients. So for me, it's not really the personal gratification. Yes, I've had president's clubs. I love teams and sales. I've led sales teams. My most important accomplishment when I look back on my career is my positive impact that I've had on the businesses and the clients that I've worked with. I've taken clients who came to me with 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 employees, and now they're at 30, 40, 50, 60 employees. And even when I sat down with them and asked them about, where do you see yourself in a year? Where do you see yourself in 3? Where do you see yourself in 5? They didn't imagine that they'd be where they are today when we first had these conversations. So that's my biggest accomplishment, because that positively impacts their communities and the communities of those employees that they work there. So that's my big thing on a macro level. It helps the economy, and on a micro level, it helps those families. So I'm a big fan of dad jokes. I'm a father myself, so I have 3 for you. The first one, is there anything worse than when it rains cats and dogs? Yes, hailing taxis. The second one would be, what do you call a man who has a rug on his head? Matt, of course. Then an oldie but a goodie. Tell my kids this one all the time. Why is 6 afraid of 7? Because 7, 8, 9. Well, this one's pretty easy. I consider myself pretty approachable, so you could just come up to me and say, hi, Nick. My name is Michael. And I'd say, I am Nick, and we'll have that conversation. But if after watching this video and you do see me at a network event, if you do tell me this kind of dad joke, I will, it will certainly put a smile on my face. Do you know how much a polar bear weighs? enough to break the ice. That would certainly put a smile on my face if you could come and tell me that. Mine comes from Nelson Mandela, and the quote is, "It always seems impossible until it's done." Yeah, I'm kind of a handyman, so I've dabbled a little bit in plumbing, demo, carpentry. I'm that type of person who will try to fix something before I try to buy it new. So I do enjoy taking things apart and putting them back together. Sometimes I do have to call the professionals, but I like to consider myself a semi-pro here. Throughout my years, I've, as you can imagine, seen a lot of advice. But one of the things that's always stuck with me is that consistency is the key to success, not only in your professional life, but also in your personal life. If you stay consistent and you're doing the right things, success will come.